Live from Paradiso, it's Super GameKraft 2 with your host, me. Hi. Hi, everybody. I'm Bronson Fiore. This is Super GameKraft 2, your number one place on the internet for video game news. I am joined by the HR Ninja, Jesse Pewitt, and
Hello, good morning.
the Mod Mommy, Emily Hulslander.
Oh, it's good to be back.
It's very good to be back and almost back on a normal schedule again, thank Christ.
Yep.
Almost.
So,
Dude.
hey guys, some news that is very relevant to this channel happened. Bayonetta 3 has a date and a trailer,
Yeah.
and it looks hype as fuck.
Bet you were happy about that.
Oh my god. I was happy for it for a lot of reasons. Like, I'm excited for the game. I'm excited it's out in October, one of, if not my favorite month of the year. I'm happy, I'm fucking stoked that that's on my fantasy team. That's another confirmed release for the fantasy team. Like all W's here. Let's go.
I was actually talking about this with my coworker.
Mhm.
Since it was originally announced, we hadn't heard anything.
We had
And
one.
then-
We had one other trailer, like the
Right.
2021 trailer.
Yeah.
Yes.
And we had 2 directs since then. And
Yeah.
now we get something. Now we get a release date, and it's like hit us right in the face with all the Bayonetta shit.
Oh yeah, no, like let's see. So they announced this game at the Game Awards in 2017.
Right.
It is out 5 years later. Even factoring in pandemic time, that is long as fuck.
Yep.
Yeah,
Long time coming.
You know, it looks really cool. It looks like there's a bunch of multiverse stuff, a bunch of kaiju stuff.
Ooh,
Like
yes.
it legitimately looks like I always wondered how they were going to take Bayonetta to the next level after Bayonetta 2. Because I'm like, this game just is so crazy and over the top and hype as hell. And they're like, okay, what if you had like 10 Bayonettas? Like a coven of Bayonettas from different universes. And I'm just like, and like you merge with the demons that you summon. And on top of that, let's let's go ahead and put in more kaiju fights. Demon, kaiju fights.
We always need more kaiju fights. I'm here for it.
Always.
Yeah, I think that's gonna be a big theme in Japanese games going forward with Bayonetta and Final Fantasy doing it for sure. Next up is Metal Gear. That is not a sad topic at all.
Oh no, of course not.
Well, Metal Gear's
only good news.
Yeah, Metal Gear's 35th anniversary is like happening right now. Like it was it was 4 days ago as this recording. 7/13/87 was the release of the first Metal Gear game on the Nintendo.
Metal Gear is 35?
Yeah, because they had 2 games on the original Nintendo before the PlayStation 1 hit of Solid. So, Metal Gear is 35. And most games for 35th anniversary do a lot of stuff, right? Like, Zelda.
Not Metroid, but
look, we all know Metroid is the redheaded stepchild of Nintendo.
It sure is.
It's like Harry. It stays in its little closet and it gets trotted out every now and then. Yep. And then like you have F-Zero and Punch-Out just chained in the basement.
Right.
So
you're right. For Zelda, you get things like this.
Yeah, like Zelda, you get like the Game & Watch and the special Zelda Joy-Cons and stuff like that. For Mario, you got a special Switch and a bunch of other stuff. Like, Mario got Mario 35 and like a bunch of different Mario games came out. Like, Final Fantasy, I'm sure Final Fantasy's hitting 35th soon. It's probably gonna have something cool. This like what I read what they're doing for the 35th anniversary, I was like, this is so sad. Like
What are they doing for Metal Gear's 35th? I thought I
Okay.
caught this.
They post this on Twitter, the official Metal Gear Twitter. Today marks the 35th anniversary of the Metal Gear series. Thank you to everyone that enjoyed and celebrated the series so far. We ask for your patience as preparations are underway to make the temporarily removed titles available again. MG 35th. The bare minimum.
Oh boy.
Oh, cool. Thank you for relisting Metal Gear 2 and 3
Uh-huh.
on Xbox and PS3. Thank you so much. And they were taken down because you didn't renew your historical license footage in time. So this is something that you created. Thank you. Speaking of more bad video game news. Hey
Oh
guys.
boy.
Hey guys, you know Assassin's Creed Liberation, that Vita game that got ported to like PC and everything?
Yeah.
So, Ubisoft is pulling Assassin's Creed Liberation HD from Steam. At the request of the publisher, Assassin's Creed Liberation HD is no longer on Steam. It's being removed on September 1st. It's shutting down online connectivity for 15 games on the same date, with Liberation being one of them. You'll be unable to link Ubisoft accounts in game. Ubisoft said of the PC version only. Additionally, the installation access DLC will be unavailable. The version of Liberation, which is an HD port of a Vita game, is also available with Assassin's Creed 3, but that costs $40. Users have bought and paid for the original will have to, buy it again. Removing access to the game for customers without offering refunds is unheard of on Steam, though it appears that will set the precedent with Liberation HD. There was an update that came out later, though, that did say, hey, if you already own it, you can still play or re-download it. That is not true. Or that is true. So they were wrong on part of the story.
This is always... like...
Go ahead.
I don't know, like the whole digital marketplace for games, right? It all comes back to that fear that like you don't actually own your games at that point.
Yeah.
But I guess this isn't any different than any other game getting delisted on Steam, right? Like Deadpool, you can't buy Deadpool anymore, but you can still download and play it if you bought it previously.
Right. This was a big deal because originally you weren't able to read it. Like
right.
That's why it was like, oh shit, that sucks real hard.
Yeah.
Versus this, where it's just like it's fine. Like it's still like a big fear you always have, and it's the big fear of like digital only everything. Like it's like I own all my Xbox games digitally, and Microsoft is really good at legacy support. So like,
right.
Trust me, as someone who's on their back end, maybe a little too good. Like they're really good at legacy support. Like Microsoft is supporting shit from like the mid '90s right now, internally, to give you some perspective. And like Steam has a very good reputation, so I'm like, but they're also beholden to publisher wills too. So that one's a little shakier. And then Sony and Nintendo, I have no faith in. Like, at all.
None.
Like, zero. Like, the only reason I buy all my Switch games digitally is because of the fact that it's a portable console.
Yep.
That's it. And also because I damn well know if they do decide to pull everything, I can just, go in and crack that thing. So the answer always goes back to piracy, it seems.
Yeah. Well, with everything, right? Like everything is leading toward going back to piracy, from like all these extra streaming networks and subscriptions and shit to now games getting delisted and just all of the piracy seems to be making a comeback.
Yeah, dude, start sailing the high seas of the internet. Hey, Last of Us Part 1 remake. The developer says it is not a cash grab. Robert Morrison Yeah, no, that might you can even see it in the show notes. I put lol.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah,
Like,
sure. Let's
if it wasn't a cash grab, why wouldn't you show more of these new things? Is my response.
Yep.
Okay, so comment from Aspendry. Also, the backlash was we're using the same graphics from Black Flag when it was first released, and it's only available on the newest Xbox and PS5, even though it's been in development for years. That game just seems like it's in development hell. I'm gonna be honest. Like, I remember hearing about that shit like 4 E3s ago.
Yep.
And I'm just like, I don't. Yeah, so that, once again, not necessarily surprising me.
It'll be Skull and Bones forever.
Yeah, if it does come out, maybe it'll tank, and that'll be their like free to play, like season based version.
Then in a couple of years, it'll be good.
Yeah,
kind of like No Man's Sky.
Yeah.
That's the tradition with video games now. They come out, they're trash, and then you wait 2 years.
Yep. Unfortunately, yep.
No, dude, when a video game comes out, it is like actually good. I'm almost shocked. Like it's in that state. Like it's a sad state of affairs. Like, which to be fair, like if we didn't do this show, I'd probably buy a lot less new releases and then just wait.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, but yeah, so last one. So he said Robert Morrison, who worked on God of War, Resident Evil 7, and Injustice, and now Last of Us Part 1. That says, "This is the most meticulously built and crafted project that I've ever seen or been a part of in my entire career. The game is a remake of the original 2013 version and has updated animations, new AI based on Last of Us Part 2. That's good. That AI was great. 60 FPS performance and an upgraded combat system. It has faced criticism regarding its $70 price tag. However, with some suggesting that the remake shouldn't be the same as a brand new game, it shouldn't. As such as Horizon Forbidden West or Returnal, Morrison disagrees, saying that the remake has the highest level of care and attention to detail. The developer has shown off some new models and animations already, with tests being a recent example. A short trailer was also released ahead of its. Like, the problem is, though, is like, you look at that trailer, and it's like not impactful at all. At all. Like it's like, okay, like it looks like someone did like a 4K upres and adjust the environments a little, and like they didn't show any of the gameplay for like any of the new AI or the upgrade combat system. And the thing is, if it's the same environments, then that shit's just gonna be wonky as fuck anyway. Like I don't. Because, like, okay, think of, like, Last of Us 2. Did either of you play Last of Us 2?
Yep.
Okay, think of, like, big branching environments with all this different stuff, and, like, Last of Us 1 is mostly, like, very narrow, smaller environments, and,
Yep,
like...
It's a hallway with a couple of big rooms, like, throughout the hallway.
Right. Like, there are some exceptions, like the town and, in the winter, and... But university, mostly indoor area where the combat happens. The subway trams, like the hospital, all these places where a lot of the combat happens are indoor and not these big sprawling environments. And I'm sitting here and like, okay, so how are we dealing with this? Because you haven't said you're redoing any of the environments. So this is just going to be janky at minimum. Like, I don't... dude, I'm sorry. Like, it might... you might have put a lot of work into it, but it feels like a cash grab.
Yeah, well, especially with that price point, like...
Right, like... yeah, like, exactly. 100%. Because, like, you look at the Uncharted Legacy of Thieves collection, which is both PS4 Uncharted games. Right? And not only is it both PS4 Uncharted games, it is they have been up-res to 4K with a new 60 FPS mode. Now, they didn't redo AI, they didn't go back and redo any combat stuff. But that's still 2 games for $50 and they hold up great.
Yep.
Like, it's... And unlike Last of Us, they haven't been ported twice. So you know, like it just feels kind of gross, you know, and especially because you're not showing us this new combat and you're not showing us if new environments are happening. You're just being like, no, it'll be worth it. And I fucking love The Last of Us. Okay, there's an Ellie statue in my living room. You know, like those games are fucking awesome. But like this game didn't need this.
No.
You know, you could have Naughty Dog be working on that Last of Us multiplayer game, or Naughty Dog like just doing anything else. You know,
Yeah.
like
This feels wildly unnecessary, and it does feel like a cash grab. Like it doesn't matter how much you defend it, and I'd be interested to see how it does in September.
yeah, it's just like once again $70. That's $10 over what most games charge these days. Still, like I'd hate to tell you this, Sony, like it's you, EA, and Activision are banging the $70 drum.
Yes.
No, not many other people.
Sure as shit, not the consumers. Like,
Yeah, no, especially now. You know, and just like
the